Hey everybody, doing a quick market update here. So those levels I talked about were very key. We broke 38.21 in the ES, and now we're up high, right? We're at 338.54. We broke 38.45. Okay, we kind of like opened here, came back. Well, actually, we opened here and kind of pulled back a little bit, and then we ripped higher, which is great. That level in Nasdaq was 115.13. We literally opened up at that and just drove up in Nasdaq. So it had an open drive in the Nasdaq, and we also breached this 116.61 level. Broke a couple supply zones, and now there's a supply zone overhead of us with a resistance level of 117.13. Okay, starting to get a little pullback right now. As far as the ES, right? This is the zone I talked about that we could go to. And this little dotted line is the 50 moving average on the daily chart. So a little confluence there with the high volume node and the 50 moving average. Okay. If we go really quickly back to the futures chart, the 60-minute futures chart, right? And really quickly, that 38.20 level was like resistance, 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 and then we broke with not a lot of resistance above this level. So that's why we're moving. Here's the high volume node here. Okay. That also said is the 50 moving average. Just happens to be confluence. Okay. So I talked about moving to this high volume node this morning in the ES. Okay. And we will also, let me show you really quickly that big chart that I wanted to show everybody. Give me one sec here. So the big chart that I wanted to show everybody, that I always show, that shows monthly, weekly, and 4-hour candles, just to give you guys what I showed you earlier, right here. Okay. So price came from here the other day, and I said today we were here, and I said we were gonna move to here, right here. Okay. This is also the 50-day simple moving average on a daily chart. So a lot of confluence. Okay. We're heading towards this node, just like I said. We're heading right to it. Okay. Not sure if we'll get there today, but it most likely we'll get there today or tomorrow, depending on Microsoft earnings, I believe Google earnings. Okay. Okay, so really quickly, I'll just show you a daily chart as well, so you can see in the futures chart. Right here is that 50 moving average. Okay, is that white line, and then here's that node. Lines right up with it. I know I'm giving you a bunch of charts, but that's basically the confluence I'm showing you. Okay, we can move back, and let's take a look at some of my internals to show you what I'm seeing as far as internally. Okay. Cumulative ticks very bullish. 4,000 on the Nasdaq. 4,200. That is very bullish. Okay. We got the breath bubbles here at 4 to 1 in the NYSE. So that means there's in up stocks there's a 4 to 1 ratio of volume going into up stocks. 8.65 in the Nasdaq. a lot stronger. Okay, 8.65 to 1 of volume going into up stocks in the Nasdaq. Very bullish. Okay, and then we have Infotech up 1.27% off the open. Healthcare up 0.94%. Consumer discretionary up 2.5% off the open. Financials up 1.29%. Those are the heavyweights, all green, all up. Okay, there isn't a sector that is down. Okay, head over to the S&P ADD, 379 stocks. Well, the advanced decline is advancers minus decliners. So that's just that I can't do the math in my head right now. That's something like 120 stocks down and 379 up. Okay, pretty bullish. Weighted AD. Now this, the tech isn't as strong as the unweighted. So the weighted is not as strong as the weighted, but it doesn't matter. It's so bullish. It's at 450. And lastly, we'll go with the Nasdaq 100 ADD. That is 90 out of 100. So that's 90 stocks advancing minus 10 decliners out of 100 in the Nasdaq, which moves the Nasdaq, right? It's based only off of 100 stocks. So very bullish. All right. So what I expect, like I said, is go back to the market profile. Is I'm not sure if we hit this 50 moving average today with this high volume node area. I'm not sure. I do think we probably, you know, we're gonna move higher. I don't know how high, but today's very bullish, looking like a trend day. ES hit the VWAP up very early and hasn't touched it again. So that's my update. Hopefully that, I did catch a long off of the like shortly after the open, which was pretty good, pretty great trade. Um, so part of what I said in the morning, I did follow through with my own trade, worked out. Also was long AMD and call verticals. That's working out. So I'm having a good day. Hopefully everybody else is as well. Maybe I'll make update it later, but I don't think so. I think this is gonna probably trend higher today. We'll see.